This is not an unboxing video, this is an installation video. We've got 4 hoses and these will be your rear remote hydraulics. On the other end of them, they've all got these 90-degree fittings and they fit on the top of these ports right here. Then you have these 2 other larger hoses. One says T port and the other says connect to the P port. So some instructions on where you're going to connect those. And that would be either of these 2 ports right here. The unit itself attaches to the bracket, and then the bracket attaches to the fender of my tractor. You can also get an arm with it. It supports this bracket. And these instructions clearly show how to install the bar that will support the valve body. I'm not using that because I have a cab with a rear window that would interfere with. So I'm just going to go straight with the plate to mount on my fender. But I think it's a nice setup. It just wouldn't work for me. And you have the U-bolts that hold the quick connects to these T-bars right here. These are the handles for the actual valves. And then you have the fittings and some zip ties to hold it all together. These right here are the dust covers. Put these on over those 4 hoses before you thread them onto the valve body. So it's pretty easy. Take this rubber ring right here, slide it on, and slide all the way down. Now we're going to connect each of the hose fittings to the top of the valve body. This requires some care. You do not want to cross thread them. They don't need to be tight. Just put them on loose for now. Let them move like that. This hose comes with a tab that says connect to the T port. And if you look there, right there, there's a T stamped in the valve body. And then this other hose is for the P port, and there's a P stamped right after my finger there. That's where they go. So now I have my valve body with all the hoses connected. Let's walk over to the tractor and just sit this on the fender to see if it's going to fit. This is before you tighten any of the hoses. You want to just dry fit this thing. With all the hoses in, I can see where I need to mount my plate. It's got to protrude off the side of the fender just a little bit towards the inside. That's fine. The P and the T hoses, they're going to connect fine. And then the valves that mount to the roll bar, they're going to be okay as well. You've got some flexibility when it comes to where you want to install these fittings. And I am going to try to get them to go on either side of the roll bar, close to the back of the tractor by this fender. I took the plate and I drilled a hole through my fender with a short bolt through it and drilled another hole through this plate and the fender and put 3 washers between the fender and the plate, put the bolt all the way through and put a nut on the bottom. So now this plate is held on with 2 bolts. And when I set the valve body on, it has 2 bolts on the diagonal corner. So one up here and one here. This bolt is going to drop right through there and bolt to the fender. And this bolt back here is going to drop right through there and bolt not through the fender, but I'll be able to get the nut up here. This plate was designed to be used with a different type of a mount, and in order to adapt it to the way I've done it here, I need to put a spacer between the plate and the valve body so that these bolt heads right here don't contact the valve body. And what spacer I'm going to use? I'm going to use a washer and a 5/16 nut. So I'll be putting the bolt through the valve body and then putting the nut on the bottom, then setting that on top of here. Now that I have these 2 bolts protruding through the bottom of the valve body, they're going to fit right over and drop into the holes like there. Now that's in place. You can see my elbow. I'm leaned against the seat here, and I can do the 2 finger of these. So this is in a really nice place. Now it's going to get down to I finished bolting this up. The next thing you do is once you've got your routing, you're happy with all that, tighten all these fittings up. So I'm going to tighten this swivel fitting on this hose, and the instructions say tighten it hand tight and then no more than 1/8 turn with a wrench. You can strip these out pretty easily. And to make sure it's hand tight, I've wiggled the hose while I'm tightening it. And I'm going to go there. Now they're all tight. Beautiful. So let's fast forward a little bit. So I chose to have my remotes one on either side. Of course, these 2 hoses go to one side for one lever, and these 2 hoses go to the other lever. So just make sure that you can either do it left, right, or top, bottom, but make sure you understand, that that's how you've got these oriented. So when I plug in my snowblower chute deflector, I'm going to plug it into one pair here, and my chute rotator, I'm going to plug it into another pair here. Now, a couple things that I want to point out. It is tight to get this fitting right here past that plastic fender. I made sure that the part that is interfering the plastic fender is contacting the metal part of the fitting, not the rubber hose. So even if there is some vibration, it's just going to cause that metal fitting to wear through the plastic fender right there. Not wear through it, but just wear a little spot out. I'm not worried about it at all. Next thing is, these U-bolts, there is a groove in this part of the fitting where the U-bolt has to go. And if you tighten the U-bolt too much, you won't be able to do this. This needs to move inside of there. So here's from my new valve, and from my old valves, from my original ones, I unplug that. I take the male and stick it into the female like this. And then I take this male and stick it in this female like this. And now these valves are live, ready to go. And in the spring, when I want to use the backhoe again, I'll simply disconnect these two fittings like I connected here and connect the new line to the new line, and the old lines will go to my backhoe.